state-of-the-art technology, inspirational support and determined servicemen. But this is no ordinary recovery centre. It's an entire regiment in its own right, and their operational mission is to make Marines well.
The Wounded Warrior Regiment is like any other unit in the Marine Corps, but rather than training in combat, engineering or medicine, the day job for these Marines is purely to recover.
When a serviceman's life is turned upside down by injury or illness, the more that can remain constant, the better. Throughout their time here, the Marines are kept as marine as possible. That means uniforms, haircuts and living in barracks.
So I'm Captain Teixeira. I'm the Alpha Company Commander here at Wounded Warrior Battalion West. The barracks here, it's split up into Alpha Company and also Delta Company. Each of us have about 80 Marines, 10 of which are staff and about 70 recovering service members. So here's a typical barracks room that we have. It's really just what you would normally see. Being able to be there for the Marines when they're probably at their worst is really a great feeling. So a lot of times when you get the Marines to begin with, they're at that low. And then to be able to work them back up to a point where, okay, you're ready to make that next move, it's really great.
I cannot believe the amount of work that the staff here was able to put into me, whether it was physical therapy, whether it was making sure that my state of mind was right. They helped me with my support system and with my spouse and everything, my wife, and it was really a comprehensive approach to ensure that I had everything I needed to come back.
We're the only unit in the Marine Corps that has family in its mission statement. So we see the family and the Marine as one whole unit. Like I said, it's a holistic approach to dealing with a Marine and his family. So all of our resources that are open to the wounded, ill, or injured Marine is also open to their family.
The facilities are impressive, with a huge gym, underwater treadmill and pool, with the occasional honorary guest. But of course, it's not all about fizz. In a corner of camp, from behind a closed door, we hear drumming.
It originally started out as guitar lessons, and then it just evolved with more men and women coming in, sailors and Marines coming in. It's non-clinical, I'm not a therapist, and so in some ways it works very well like that, because there's no feeling that, well, I'm in here to receive therapy and I've got to talk to this guy for a while. It's just, we come in here and communicate through music. Creativity is not just a bond, but it's a way to get things out of your system, even for myself. You know, if you're writing, you're doing something that is kind of disconnected from the rest of the world.
Good time. No rules here.
In reality, only 15% of these Marines will return to service, so much of what they do here is preparing for the transition. As well as their medicals, they're helped with applying for benefits, education, job applications, and all this is done before they leave service, so there are no gaps to fall through. This can take time. A Marine can be with the regiment for up to 2 years before leaving service.
At the battalion level, basically we have 5 lines of operation. The medical line of operation, the body line of operation, the mind line of operation, which is careers and education, the spirit line of operation, which is for resilience, and the family line of operation, which sees the family as a whole. And we have a totally holistic approach to the Marine Corps, to the Marine, and providing him the best care and resources that we possibly can.
Hey, how you doing? This is Macario with the Wounded Warrior Battalion Contact Center. I'm trying to get hold of Sergeant Houndshell, first name Nick.
Once they leave, the Marines aren't forgotten. Case managers constantly check up on them. There are support workers in the community and an emergency helpline Marines can call any time of the day or night.
Even though their chapter as Marines is now coming to a close, that's not the end of their life, right? That's not the chapter that's going to define them. They now have a purpose to continue on, and now the tools to deal with the difficulties that they've had. And not that the difficulties are going to go away, they might linger, but they now have the tools to be able to handle that as they go forward with their life and their families.
I feel like I'm indebted to the American people for putting such a program here and allowing this sort of thing to exist inside of the services, to allow Marines like myself to continue to get better, to get healthy, to get all the treatments they need, to get stronger, and to get back into the fight.
Whether bound for service or civilian life, the Wounded Warrior Regiment prides itself on its holistic approach and strives to ensure Marines are never forgotten, even long after service.